Hi everybody, it's Miss Donna, and I'm going to bring sensory play home to you today. If you registered online, you will have picked up your supplies from the library. You'll get a bottle like this and a list of instructions. It'll give you some handy-dandy ideas. If you didn't, you may already have your own water beads, or you can pick them up. That's what I didn't bring in here. I got mine at Walmart. Not very expensive, and believe me, they last a long time. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you this cup of beads is what's in this bottle. So you can do them in the bottle just like they are, or what I do at Sensory Play, as you guys that have been here before know, I put them into a quart baggie like this, and then you have lots of options. You can leave them like this with no water in them, put them in the freezer, freeze them, and then when the kids get them out, they can play with them and they will be cold and crispy and they'll crunch. Lots of fun. Remember, if you're at home, you're free to let your kids play with them with their fingers and keep an eye on them. But I will tell you, they are slippery and they do bounce. So be really careful. You can also divide them in half. Put some back in the bottle with water. Use some in the bag. That's up to you. This is what they look like when they're growing in water. They start out about the size of rice. I'm going to add a little water in here to show you what happens and how it changes. Because the more water you put in there, the more they're going to move around. Right now, you can really squish them. You can pick them up and you can flatten them. You can do all kinds of things. Great stress release for adults too, I'll tell you. They're a lot of fun. If you put more water in there, then they're not going to be as easy to catch, and they're going to run all around inside of this bag, and you might not be able to catch them quite as easy. You can also put them in a bowl like I have them over here, and they can dip their hands in them. If you want to make a rainbow, which you've seen my rainbow, you can bring the bottles in. I have the instructions on here, but you just separate the colors out into little bowls, and then you can create your rainbow in any kind of order. You could put the yellows and then the oranges and the reds and the greens and the blues and the purples, however you want it, and you just fill them all back in there. Put enough water over them to keep them from shrinking, because if you don't have enough water, they will shrink, but they will rehydrate if you add them back to water. So if you want to play with these for a while, let them dry back up, take the water out of the bottle, then reactivate the bottle the next time. It all works. There's hundreds of different things that you can do with water beads, bottles, bags, and I would recommend either duct tape, or if you have really inquisitive little ones that might eat them, you might want to even hot glue it or super glue the lid on. But once you do that, you're done with your bottle and it's going to stay that way. Maybe whether it's a rainbow or whether it's an I Spy, maybe you had some little fish you want to put in there, some beads or buttons, anything like that. You could also put those kinds of things in here in a bag and then switch it up. Maybe you want to play buttons one day or then do square things, however you want to do it. But if you duct tape the bag, then when you take the duct tape off, you can start a whole new bag, and it's not quite as permanent as the super glue. But all of those are different things that you can do with water beads and sensory play. We'll see you next month for more ideas, and this time it's going to be using glitter and making a calming bottle. I'll see you then. Hi, here's some examples we were talking about earlier. This is the water beads that I got at Walmart. They come in other brands, but this is the one I've been using. They work really, really well. And I've had this bottle for over 1.5 years now, so you can see it doesn't take much. This is what you're taking home. This is them with less water. Shows you how they can really move. Here's my example of the rainbow that I gave you instructions for. This one I separated them out into the blues, so they look like an ocean with some sea creatures. This one has some little makes sound. You can do that. Put something and it clicks into the bottle. Here's another one. Dinosaurs. Who doesn't love searching for dinosaurs? And this one I forgot to mention. I used kids' bubble bath. And look how the water beads shrank in size as they used the water out of the bubble bath. You can also use a clear soda. It will do the same thing. really neat idea and easy to do. So enjoy your water beads.